Welcome to Boston and to this special edition of Homeworthy. Today we're in the heart of the historic neighborhood Beacon Hill for one of Boston's most anticipated design gatherings, Beacon Hill Design Day. Curated and hosted by the incomparable Melissa Fetter of the Beacon Hill bookstore, who you may remember from her beautiful Homeworthy tour this fall. Today brings together leading voices in interior design, architecture, gardens, and entertainment. We're filming inside the storied Boston Athenaeum, one of the country's oldest independent libraries and cultural institutions, where more than 150 notable guests have come for a full program of conversations, book signings, and design-driven inspiration.
Hello, Homeworthy. Welcome to Beacon Hill Design Day. We're gathered at the Boston Athenaeum for a full day of events. We have 5 authors who are designers in the interior and garden and landscape world who have recent books that they will share with us, images of their books, and then we'll be engaged in a lively question and answer session. And then we're all sitting down to a lovely seated lunch. So I'm so glad you could join us. Come on in.
And true to form, Melissa has considered everything, from the layered tablescapes to the florals to the beautifully assembled gift bags. Not a single detail has been left untouched. Her vision and her love of great design infuses every moment of the day.
I think tablescapes are so critically important, and we've had a lot of fun putting this together. You'll see the centerpiece is a tool bag. Our theme is tools of the design trade, and so it's filled with pretty tools and flowers. And then I'm particularly excited about our place cards. They're little paint cans where we've created these labels like a paint can would have, and it has the name of each guest. And so that is our place card that everyone can take home.
For extended interviews, full talks, and exclusive behind-the-scenes clips from Beacon Hill Design Day, scan the QR code on screen or visit homeworthyplus.com for access to all of our latest episodes ad-free and to receive other exclusive membership perks. You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
So we started Beacon Hill Design Day 3 years ago when we opened the bookstore, Beacon Hill Books and Cafe. There's a lot of demand in this community for things related to interior design, and it seemed like it was a void that we can fill. And so each year the event has evolved. This is the first year that we're doing it at the Boston Athenaeum. It is a fundraiser for the Boston Athenaeum, and it's proven to be very popular. We have a wait list. Our capacity today is 150, and we've got a lot of enthusiastic people showing up shortly to hear the talks and enjoy a convivial lunch. So no detail has been overlooked today. I'd like to point out on the aprons for all of the bookstore staff today, we have the embroidered logo, which was designed by Meredith Hansen, who also designed the artwork for the gift bag. And if you look closely, you'll see here the famous red doors that are the entrance to the Boston Athenaeum, the page, the squirrel from the bookstore, and then our logo for the day, the paint can that has Beacon Hill Design Day on it. So this is the Albert Gordon Reading Room, very special. Everyone needs to come to the Athenaeum so that they can see it. I wanted to share the goodies in our gift bag because that's always an important part of an event like today. We have Frederick Magazine. Schumacher has kindly given us the latest issue to share with all of our guests today. Farrow & Ball has given us their paint card, which is always a great partner for us, given that all of the paint in our bookstore is from Farrow & Ball. The bookstore has put together these pencil cases that was designed by Sally King McBride of the Letter Nest, and it's Landmarks of Boston that includes the facade of Beacon Hill Books. The Athenaeum kindly made these notepads, which includes an image from a textile that's in the Athenaeum's collection. And Homeworthy has given us a bookmark, which we're very excited about, very appropriate. And just lots of little goodies, because the gift bag, the swag is part of the fun of an event like today. So when we produce an event like this at the bookstore, and in this case as a fundraiser for the Boston Athenaeum, we try and be very clever to create the highest level of effect without spending a lot of money. And so I brought these 2 chairs from my living room, which you might have seen in a previous Homeworthy episode, and our flowers were done by our in-house floral designer, Serena Fay. And I just give her enormous credit. The urns and pedestals are from my house, but she put together this beautiful array of fall foliage that coordinates with our overall color scheme today.
As she wraps up a look behind the scenes, the rooms begin to fill. Guests arrive and the day kicks off with a lineup of lively, design-forward conversations. We begin with Birmingham-based designer and tastemaker and author Caroline Gidiere. Her beautifully edited rooms and classic materials reflect a lifetime spent studying and observing, both in Paris, where she immersed herself in architecture, art, and literature, and throughout her extensive travels in Europe. Today she shares stories and ideas from her new book, Interiors for a Life in Good Taste, a testament to gracious living and timeless style.
There wasn't a decorator in town who had a cute little shop and a sign out front. And I think, like most women in the South, my mother placed incredible importance on having a beautiful home, particularly because she entertained, but also out of necessity. But she always said, if you have good taste, you don't need a decorator.
Next is the remarkable artist, potter, and gardener Frances Palmer. For nearly 4 decades, Frances has curated ceramics that blend function, beauty, and a deep sense of craftsmanship. She joins us with reflections from her newest book, Life with Flowers, which weaves together her vessels, her garden, and the rituals that inspire her creativity.
I talk about in the book my first idea of a garden, which was, of course, reading Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass as a child, and this tennial drawing of Alice talking to the lilies. And I feel like I go out and I chat with my flowers every day. If some of you have a garden, I'm sure you understand. And so, of course, I had to plant these lilies in homage to tennial.
We then turn to designer Nina Farmer, celebrated for her classical sensibility and her nuanced mix of pieces from across eras. Her interiors, shaped by influences from fashion, art, history, and travel, balance refinement with warmth. Today, Nina offers a look into her debut book, Timeless by Design, designing rooms with comfort, style, and a sense of history.
For me, every project begins with a story. Of place, of architecture, and of the people who will live there. My work is about connecting those threads, honoring the past without being bound by it, and creating spaces that feel timeless, comfortable, and deeply personal. This is the house on the cover of my book, Timeless by Design. It's in Concord, Massachusetts, right up the street from the Louisa May Alcott House, so it's steeped in history.
Finally, we welcome 2 distinguished figures in design and architecture, Suzanne Kasler and Russell Wyndham. Suzanne's interiors are known for their luminosity and sense of place.
There's so many different paths to interior design today, and I think it's what makes our world so special. I have always loved creating homes in my mind and then translating them into reality. And whenever I think about where this comes from, I think about my parents and grandparents who have always inspired me.
Russell, co-founder of Curtis and Wyndham Architects, chats about his new book, Building on Tradition.
I immediately was a contrarian because all they wanted to teach us was modernism, and I have no use for that. I'll just be completely frank. I love beautiful buildings and I love fabric. And so I found myself fighting and arguing a lot through architecture school. And then in the library, I found Leon Creer's book. And that's when architecture came together for me. And so I immediately went to work out on the East Coast for a firm that did the first work at Seaside. I worked on the first 8 houses at Seaside. And then I went to England and worked for John Simpson, who was doing all the work for now King Charles.
Throughout the day, we caught up with designers and style leaders for a series of quick conversations, each offering a distinct perspective on what's resonating in design now.
Hi, Homeworthy. I'm Emma Sims-Hilditch, and my studio, Sims-Hilditch, is based in the Cotswolds. We're in the heart of the rolling hills, and we have a wonderful team of 35, and we work on historic buildings all over the UK, as well as many houses abroad. So we are very happy to be here today at the wonderful Boston book event. I love collecting china. I find it one of the most intriguing things, and everywhere I go I am picking up dinner plates and side plates, wonderful cups and saucers. My husband actually has a wonderful history of his family making dinner services in Staffordshire, so we can actually trace his family china back to the late 1700s, which is rather lovely.
Hi Homeworthy, I'm Caroline Gidiere and I'm an interior decorator based in Birmingham, Alabama. And I do residential interior design, and I love color and pattern and antiques. My favorite design trend right now, I think, is the rebirth of color. I think we've had about 30 or 40 years of a monochromatic neutral palette, and so I'm very excited to pick up all the shelter magazines and see all the color and the patterns these days. And the trend that I'm ready to release right now is, I think we've seen a little bit too much rattan these days. I'm a lover, but I think we've gone a little too far. I think we all need to tap it back a little and only sprinkle it in.
As the day comes to a close, Beacon Hill Design Day leaves us with more than inspiration. It's a reminder of the power of thoughtful design, shared ideas, and creative community. From intimate conversations to beautifully made objects and meaningful exchanges, every moment reflected a deep respect for craft, history, and personal expression.
Homeworthy, it was wonderful to have you join us at Beacon Hill Design Day, and we look forward to seeing you next year.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.